Year 8 is finally coming to Rainbow Six Siege on March 7th, and Ubisoft is coming in hot with Operation Commanding Force. This year brings a plethora of new content, and I personally am very excited. Let's talk about everything coming, and of course drop all the tips on how you can maximize your performance this season. So this year Siege is rewarding players by encouraging tactical, purposeful, and creative decision making with a new reload system, a whole new shield rework, meta-changing operators, new battle passes, and more. The Year 8 pass is by far the best deal for a year's worth of battle pass content, and it's available only for a limited time from February 20th to March 20th, so make sure you get on that while you still can. Player protection is also very important to the Siege development team, and steps are being taken this season to combat cheating and toxicity, including a new mouse and keyboard penalty on consoles and new voice chat restrictions. This is one of the biggest changes for the season, and I'm really excited for you console players out there because there's a ton of work going into this. There's also more player experience updates coming this season, including rewards and challenges for new players. But why don't we start talking about what most people came here to see, the newest operator, Brava. Brava is an attacker who brings with her a brand new drone called the Kludge drone that can convert the defender's gadgets into her own. But it doesn't stop there. She also has a deadly loadout bringing either the Para AR, which you might know as Capitão's AR, or the Camrus DMR, aka Buck's semi-automatic rifle. Personally, I'm a big fan of the Para, so that's what I'll be using, but the Camrus also comes with foregrip options for Brava, so you can't really go wrong here. Alongside those, she has the super shorty secondary shotgun or the USP-40. It's the shotgun all day for me here. It makes rotates, open hatches, line of sight. It's fantastic. And then lastly, claymores or smoke grenades. I'm running smokes every day of the week. So off to a great start with map reworkability using the shotgun, playmaking on the smokes, and then a deadly set of primary weapons. But what about her actual ability though? Right out of the gates, this thing is crazy. So first off, she has 2 Kludge drones with 3 hacks each, and taking over the enemy electronics can be super strong, especially when you're going for those direct sight takes. Using the Kludge drone, you can hack all the defender electronics beforehand, and then when you're going in for that plant, the defenders are trying to retake on their own utility. So not only do they have to deal with your attacker utility, but their own as well. It can be a total nightmare for them. Brava is a strong operator against the right lineup, but there are still some great counterplay options available to the defenders. But before we talk about those, let's talk about all the different strategies Brava brings and how to make her as strong as possible. Brava can hack any defender electronics, which is a massive list of stuff, but each drone only gets 3 hacks, so you want to make sure you're using them on the right utility. I found that by far the best thing to hack are yokai drones and maestro cams because they give you the most power. The maestro cams allow you to destroy any other utility within its range and even do some damage to the defenders afterwards, while the Echo Cam is a great tool to gather information and disorient the defenders before pushing into them. Especially if you have a teammate pushing behind it, it could make for some lethal plays. However, these 2 operators are both played pretty scarcely in the ranked trenches, so what's the next go-to thing to hack? Well, my discs. Not Jaeger ADSs, my discs. The reason for this is that Jaeger ADSs destroy projectiles, while my discs just suck them up. And after some minor testing, we found out that the hacked disc will suck and explode defender C4s and impact grenades, which means you could potentially kill the defenders just by hacking the discs. It also sucks up valve cams and proximity mines, but it doesn't destroy those, they just kind of fall to the ground wherever the disc was. The last priority for hacking is defender cameras. Unlike Dokkaebi, the defenders will lose access to whatever cams are hacked by the Kludge, meaning you take it over completely. This can be super strong on a good default camera, or in our case, this camera on red stairs on Clubhouse. This allowed me to call out the player playing at the top of the stairs and then watch my team's flank once we got control of the bomb site. Hacking bulletproof cameras is even cooler though, because then you can use the EMP blast against K-Claws or bandits to disable them for your team. I'm pretty sure you could also hit people with this to disable their sights, but I'm not 100% about that one. I haven't had a huge amount of time spent with Brava yet, so these are the best concepts I have for now, but I'm sure there's going to be a lot of exciting ways to play her this season. So now that we've hyped her up, let's tear her down a little bit and talk about how to counter her. Your ooga booga brain probably goes to the instant thought of Mozzie to hack the Kludge and make it your own. Now, this is some of the wildest gameplay you can get, but it's not the strongest counter. We'll get pretty in-depth on Mozzie later in the video because there might be a little bit of confusion there. One of the best counters for Brava though is Solus. Those Kludge drones are big, so once you know where they are super easy to shoot and destroy. because of Solas's large range, she can see them across the map and call them out for her team, or just run over and take them out herself. The Clutch Drone is similar to Twitch. You have to be sneaky with it in order for it to be effective. Mute is another great option, especially when you place them at the top of staircases or on doorways, as it restricts the path for the Clutch. Be careful though, if you place them too far out into the open, Brava's gonna hack it up and drive right past. One of the most common and literally the easiest way to counter Brava though is to just not run electronic utility. Running lineups with operators like Frost, Zami, Castle, Goyo, Vigil, Mira, and so on ensures that she literally has nothing more to hack than the default cameras and maybe a proximity mine or two. Barbed wire will be your best friend for information around the site instead of the classic trap ops like Legion, Melusi, Thorn, or Ella. Okay, now we have to talk about Mozzie because Mozzie takes this operator and flips it on its head. The first thing to know is that Mozzie Pest can hack the Clutch Drone, allowing you to use it as Mozzie and hack attacker utility like Claymores and Air Jabs, for example. However, you can also hack the second Clutch Drone or get hacked back by the second Clutch Drone. Or you can hack a Claymore, which Brava can then hack back. Or Brava can hack some random defender gadget, which you can then hack back using your hacked Clutch Drone. So all in all, very complex, but that's not it. Brava can also hack Mozzie's Pest, which will then hop on any defender gadgets that drive by it. What this means is that if you drive an Echo Drone past a hacked Mozzie Pest, the Pest will jump onto the Echo Drone, converting it into an attacker Echo Drone. Or if you drive a Mozzie Drone past a hacked Pest, it'll revert back to a regular attacker drone again. The layers you can get out of this is absolutely insane. One other really useful counter to Mozzie is to get a teammate to drive their drone into the Mozzie Pest and then instantly hack it back using the Clutch Drone. Either that, or you can use some tactical teamwork by EMPing the doorways to take out any Mozzies or mutes that may be stopping you. The biggest thing I noticed about playing Mozzie was that most attackers don't have gadgets that you can actually hack, so the biggest use for the Clutch Drone on defense would be either to hack more drones with it, or hack your gadgets back to the defender's loyalty. So obviously the new season Operation Commanding Force, along with Brava, is gonna shake up the game a ton, but what else can we expect this year? Rainbow Six is getting even more tactical, while also improving the play experience for everyone who plays the game. The R6 team at Ubisoft is taking big steps in their continued efforts to create an optimal experience for everyone, and make the game more safe, inclusive, and secure, including improvements to the reputation system and the console experience. There will also be new additions that will make the game more welcoming and help your friends graduate into Siege. New quality of life features are coming to the game, including improved UI changes, Quick Match 2.0, and beginner challenges that reward new players and help your friends get into R6. Year 8 of Rainbow Six Siege begins with Season 1 Operation Commanding Force on March 7th, and I hope to see you there.